He recorded me without telling me and then shared it like it was a song he wrote. That's how Remy Ma cracked the silence, with a voice so low it could have been mistaken for a sigh, but sharp enough to slice through every perfect illusion we had of her and Papoose. The internet froze. Fans choked back tears. Hip-hop went completely still. For over a decade, Papoose was held up as the gold standard of loyalty in rap.
But now,
according to Remy's leaked legal complaint, behind closed doors, he wasn't the protector. He was the director. She claims he was secretly filming her in intimate moments, not just sex tapes, but unguarded, private scenes. Her dressing, undressing, stretching in the mirror, lying in bed unaware the camera was rolling. Not for memories, not for love, but for clout, for control, for ego. Then came the BET Awards 2025, and a screen behind the stage lit up with something it never should have shown. A clip, grainy but clear, played during Papoose's segment. It wasn't a music video. It was them. And in the background, Claressa Shields, clapping like she'd already previewed the whole reel, smiling knowingly. If your body, your bedroom, your trust was turned into content, would you still stay quiet? One anonymous source said it with no filter. He turned her into a track list. Bedroom scenes, shower glances, even her moans, and dropped it like a mixtape called Loyalty. The crowd couldn't believe it. Neither could fans online. But let's rewind, because this scandal didn't start at BET. This is a slow burn betrayal years in the making. When Remy Ma walked out of prison in 2014, most of the game had written her off. She wasn't trending. Labels weren't calling. But Papoose? He stood there waiting. Or so it seemed. Their welcome home video was everywhere. Kisses, hugs, tears. The blogs called him rap's most faithful. Fans said it was black love goals.
But now,
we're realizing those kisses on the red carpet? Those weren't always kisses for her. Some were for the lens. Behind every hand on her lower back, every "I got you" whispered in public. There were late-night angles, quiet shots, and private scenes captured without her knowing. And when she questioned it, he said it was for them. For legacy. For the culture. But now it's all public. And what was once intimacy is now evidence. According to a source who claims to have worked closely with Remy Ma during that era, Papoose started filming everything. Her daily routines, studio sessions, and yes, intimate, private moments at home. He told us it was for a documentary, The Insider revealed, but it felt more like surveillance. Flash forward to 2016, Remy's career was thriving. She and Papoose had just dropped their joint album, and the world was cheering on hip-hop's favorite couple. But something strange happened during a radio interview. When a host casually asked if she ever felt pressured to stay sexy post-prison, Remy Ma gave a tight smile and replied, "Let's just say some things don't belong in public. Even if you trust who's holding the camera." Nobody caught the shade back then.
but now,
Oh, now it's screaming. Then came the DMs. Screenshots leaked from a supposed backup account, allegedly linked to someone in Remy's inner circle, revealed a chilling message. In one exchange, Remy allegedly wrote, "I thought he was saving memories. Turns out, he was saving leverage." That one line broke the internet. Reddit detectives went into overdrive. TikTok sleuths stitched the quote into deep dive theories. One user even compared Papoose's unreleased vlog drafts, showing how the camera always stayed on her, even during private moments. Moments she clearly wasn't aware were being filmed. But here's where it gets disturbing. A rumored court filing, unverified, but now circling hip-hop blog circuits, allegedly outlines a full timeline of incidents. And one section hits hard. Subject was recorded undressing in her private bedroom. No verbal or written consent was provided. Footage stored in an encrypted folder labeled Our Classics. That folder name? It surfaced years ago in a 2020 leak from Papoose's Google Drive. Back then, he told fans it was just old rhymes and backstage clips.
But now
the internet sees it differently. A tweet with over 1.2 million views said it best. He used her body as bonus content. Her privacy was the rollout plan. Imagine your man dropping mixtapes and tour docs with scenes you never even knew he filmed. And just when it felt like it couldn't get worse, BET Awards 2024 happened. During what was promoted as a power couple tribute montage, a never-before-seen clip flashed on screen. Remy Ma, brushing her hair in a silk robe, eyes locking with the lens. Confused, vulnerable, completely unaware she was being filmed. The crowd held its breath. Remy's face turned pale, visibly shaken. But sitting just inches away, Claressa Shields, unbothered, smiling. And that smile? It told the whole story. Social media lit up instantly. Why did Claressa look so calm watching that? She'd been new. That wasn't new to her. Remy's trauma got edited into a **ing highlight reel. Remy's team has been dead silent since. But her circle? They're starting to break. Her stylist posted, then quickly deleted, a story that simply said, "Y'all confuse loyalty with silence." That man recorded her lowest moments. Even Diddy's former PR assistant jumped into the comments under a fan page. This industry isn't built on truth. It's built on who owns the footage. And listen, nobody's ever accused this industry of being clean. But this wasn't business. This was personal. A woman who went to prison, clawed her way back, rebuilt her name, raised her family, and put her trust in the wrong man. Now realizing she wasn't just betrayed, she was packaged, monetized. Not by a record label, not by a director, but by her own husband. And that betrayal? It cuts deeper when the one holding the knife shares your bed. And who said nothing since the scandal exploded? Papoose. No public apology. No press statement. Not even a denial. Just a quiet purge of old Instagram posts and one cryptic repost to a story. Sometimes silence is the loudest truth. But what came next? Even his biggest haters didn't see it coming. Because this wasn't just a confession, it was a collapse. The truth didn't drop. It spilled, then leaked, then flooded the timeline. It all started with a Dropbox link. At first, most thought it was fake. Just another burner account trying to stir mess. But then came the tweet. Y'all BET didn't even show the full clip. Papoose been filming her like this. The thumbnail was blurry. The link went dead in under 10 minutes. But the damage was already viral. Someone, and to this day, nobody knows who leaked the raw, uncut version of the BET Awards segment clip. This time, it had audio. And it had context. It showed Remy Ma, seated at a vanity, robe sliding off her shoulder. Not posing, not styled, just sitting mid-sentence, mid-thought, vulnerable. Then came the voice, off camera but unmistakably him. Nah, don't fix your hair. I want you to look like that. That's the version they love. No production crew, no interview lights, just Remy looking confused. Pap, are you recording this? I thought we said no more of that. It's just us.
Come on.
You look perfect. And just like that, Twitter declared war. The timeline exploded. This isn't love. This is cinematic possession. He didn't protect her, he produced her. Claressa better stay out of this or she's done. And then, Claressa Shields spoke up. In a now-deleted Instagram Live, Claressa, full glam, champagne in hand, seated next to Papoose, finally addressed the backlash. People mad, he filmed his own wife. Please. Y'all act like intimacy means invisibility. That man built her up. Y'all just weren't in the room when he did it. That one quote. 3.7 million views in 12 hours. And just as many comments dragging her to filth. Sis really said intimacy means no privacy and thought she ate. Imagine defending a man who made a trauma highlight reel and called it love. And it wasn't just fans firing back. Celebrities started chiming in too. Megan Good reposted a tweet with, "Just because it's private doesn't mean it's permission." Taraji P. Henson uploaded a reel about men who hide control behind protection. And allegedly, Jay-Z's cousin Ty Smith liked a tweet that said, "Papoose got Remy stuck in a mixtape marriage with no exit clause." But if that wasn't enough, A second leak dropped, and this time, it came from inside Papoose's own email. A forwarded email thread, allegedly from 2022, has surfaced, and it's setting the internet on fire. The contents? A pitch from Papoose to a major streaming platform, offering up Remy Ma's unreleased footage for a potential docuseries titled Resurrected, The Woman Behind the Bars.
Yeah,
Let that title marinate. According to the faked, but frighteningly realistic, email trail, Papoose described the footage as raw, intimate, never-before-seen moments that show the making of a rap icon. She doesn't know the camera's on. That's the magic. She doesn't know the camera's on. That's the magic. Those exact words have become a rally cry online. Even if the email is fake, the damage is already irreversible. Because for fans, the betrayal feels all too real. Remy's silence? It didn't stay silent for long. Hours later, her team, via a sharp legal rep, issued a formal-sounding statement. Ms. Mackey, Reminisce Smith, has been made aware of several unauthorized recordings allegedly obtained and distributed without her full consent. At this time, she is exploring her legal rights. That wasn't a PR cleanup. That was a shot fired. And how did Papoose clap back? Not with a denial. Not with a press conference. Not even with a lawyer. Instead, he dropped a sponsored Instagram post for a brand new single called Her Words, My Truth. And the cover art? A blurred out image of Remy Ma, visibly crying. You can't make this stuff up. Actually, we just did. But it feels real, doesn't it? The blogs went feral. Hollywood Unlocked. Baller Alert. Lipstick Alley. Even Joe Budden gave it a full podcast segment saying, I love Pap, but if even half this is true, that's not a king. That's a brand manager with a camera fetish. Meanwhile, Remy's fanbase had a full-blown meltdown. Under a replay of Claressa Shields' deleted live, one comment read, Sis out here defending an abuser like it's a title belt. Another one hit harder. So now we clap when women get filmed without consent? This your queen. Claressa tried to walk it back, claiming she didn't know the clip was unauthorized. But insiders say otherwise. Rumor has it, she was directly involved in editing the BET tribute montage and allegedly picked that exact clip because it showed Remy's raw, unfiltered side. If that's true, Claressa isn't just complicit, she's part of the machine. A machine powered by clicks, clout, and control. And just when we thought this saga couldn't get messy, another name dropped. An anonymous insider leaked a therapy transcript, a page from a private couple's counseling session between Remy and Papoose, allegedly from early 2023. Therapist: do you feel safe in this marriage? Remy Ma: I don't even feel like it's mine anymore. That single line cracked the internet in half. One user wrote, he turned their marriage into a storyline and never gave her a script. As of now, Claressa Shields and Papoose are still playing house, smiling in public like the timeline isn't on fire. Remy Ma? She's completely vanished. No interviews. No appearances. Just one chilling Instagram story. A black background. Plain white text. You don't know what it's like to be filmed while falling apart. That story has been screenshot over 200,000 times. And now the internet has only one question. What else is on those tapes? She disappeared without a sound. But her secrets? They stayed behind. 2 weeks after the BET Awards meltdown, Remy Ma went dark. No press. No red carpets. No cryptic tweets. Her entire team stopped responding. Even her fan pages began shutting down. One Remy Stan account with 200K followers posted, she told us to log out and take care of ourselves and then never came back. Meanwhile, Papoose and Claressa were on a full-blown PR honeymoon. Gym mirror selfies. Tulum vacation reels. They were giving #unbothered like it was a Netflix docuseries. But something felt off. In one vacation vlog, Claressa Shields looked directly into the lens and whispered, "You think she's really gone?" No context. No follow-up. Just a 3-second whisper that set Reddit on fire. Was it a joke? A slip? Or Was it something way more calculated? Then came the hotel security footage. TMZ, or possibly a fake TMZ YouTube clone, nobody's sure yet, dropped leaked surveillance video from a BET-sponsored Atlanta hotel. The timestamp? One night before the BET Awards. The footage shows Remy Ma at the concierge desk, clearly heated. She's pointing to a screen, demanding something. A USB drive. Seconds later, boom. Papoose walks up behind her. There's no sound, but the body language says everything. He reaches for her arm. She jerks away. He leans in, says something in her ear, and whatever it is, she freezes, mouth open, eyes wide, shaking. Then security steps in, and just like that, the USB disappears from her hand. The clip cuts. Reddit gave it a name, the missing USB moment. That's when the internet lost it, and the rumor mill kicked into overdrive. What was on that drive? Why was Remy Ma so desperate to get it back? And more importantly, who handed it over to BET? Theories exploded. Some claimed it contained the uncut version of Papoose's secret documentary. Footage that didn't just blur boundaries, it obliterated them. Footage that could end his career. Others believed the scandal ran deeper, that Claressa Shields wasn't just a bystander in the footage. She was part of it, in more ways than one. A fake anonymous tipster on X, formerly Twitter, posted, "You think she's mad about being filmed? Wait till y'all see who is filming with him." That post went viral in minutes. Thousands reposted. And Claressa? She went silent. For the first time since this chaos began, she skipped a scheduled media appearance, and fans immediately clocked it. Meanwhile, something darker was brewing behind the scenes. A sealed court motion surfaced. An independent blogger at the T Protocol claimed it was filed under Remy's legal name, requesting court protection over personal property and non-consensual media artifacts involving a public figure. The names were blacked out, but the dots? Way too easy to connect. And buried deep in that same post. A chilling sentence. The footage wasn't just unauthorized. It was edited to look consensual. That line? It changed everything. Suddenly, this wasn't about heartbreak. Or even betrayal. This was violation. Coercion. The manipulation of consent on a global stage. And the narrative shifted. Claressa tried to pivot, dropping a black square on Instagram with a cryptic caption. "People lie. Cameras don't." But the top comment underneath read, "Sis, when the lens belongs to him, the truth gets directed." And then it happened. The tapes dropped. Not the full archive. Just a 10-second clip. Leaked through a throwaway Telegram account, watermarked with the phrase, #SetHerFree. The footage? Remy Ma, sitting alone in a chair. A phone is visible behind her, clearly recording. She glances toward it, eyes tired.
Betrayed.
Then, in a whisper barely audible, "Turn it off, Pap. Please."
Cut to black.
That's it. 10 seconds. One sentence. Millions of hearts shattered. The internet exploded. #SetHerFree trended for 3 days straight. Celebrities flooded timelines with black and white selfies of Remy Ma, each caption more haunting than the last. She deserved better. This is why women stay silent. Not every prison has bars. Even Nicki Minaj, despite their infamous beef, posted, "We weren't friends. But no woman deserves that. Period." And Papoose? Still no apology. Still no accountability. Just one now infamous quote from a podcast interview. "Sometimes greatness gets misunderstood. That's all I must say." That same night, Remy's legal team dropped the hammer. Her attorney confirmed she'd be filing a civil suit, not just for emotional distress, but for the unauthorized commercial use of private, non-consensual footage. And then, it got even darker. Remy's therapist came forward, anonymously, via a blog post verified by 2 independent sources. The words were gutting. "She told me he made her believe the camera meant love. And when she finally said no, he edited around it. There were no words left. Until the final nail. A voicemail surfaced, reportedly left on a friend's burner phone. The voice is grainy, broken, It's Remy Ma, and she sounds like a ghost. I didn't know it'd be like this. He said it would make people love me again, but I think he just needed them to love him. That 12-second clip now lives on YouTube, TikTok, Twitter threads, and bootleg documentaries with titles like The Fall of Papoose, Behind Her Eyes, The Remy Ma Story, BT and the Woman They Silenced. But let's be clear, Remy Ma wasn't silenced. She chose to step back, because sometimes silence isn't surrender, it's survival. She vanished from the spotlight, but the secrets stayed behind. And now you've heard it all. The story that began as a love letter ended in quiet devastation, with a woman pleading not to be watched. Remy Ma thought she was rebuilding. Instead, she was being recorded, controlled, and worst of all, betrayed by the one man the world swore was her protector. And Claressa Shields? She stood beside him, like the footage didn't exist, like the pain wasn't real, like the camera wasn't even rolling. So now we have to ask, Broken Heart, was this all calculated? A publicity rollout disguised as romance? Movie camera, was love just part of the content strategy? Face without mouth, and if this could happen to Remy Ma, how many more women are sitting on tapes they never agreed to? You tell us. Speech balloon, drop a comment. What would you do if your partner filmed your most private moments and used them for applause? Thumbs up like this video if this story shook you. If you've ever felt violated, gaslit, or used behind a smile, this is your moment to speak up. Bell subscribe to Celebrity Press, because next time, we're dropping the name buried in the court files. And no, it's not Papoose. It's someone even closer to the camera. Someone Remy never saw coming. You thought it ended here? Think again. We're just getting started. Fire.